Welcome to Tourist Hobbies. We're working on the VF-1 Valkyrie, uh, Volume 13. Let's see what we've got here in this magazine. Looks like we ain't got too much to do. Again, looks like, yeah, we are working on the wing proportion here. This is probably the thing for the wing to swivel back and forth on the parts. That's what it looks like, and looks like we're building yet again, putting in little tiny ball bearings. So I guess I'm gonna have to use my grease again. I may bundle this one up depending on how fast this takes to the other parts. If we're gonna be doing wing parts, I guess it just depends. And that I don't want to kind of just do a little bitty thing because some of this is going to be slightly repetitive in that. But well, I guess we're talking again about the armaments for the thing when it's in the gear walk position here. And this is showing the transformation from the jet fighter to the gear walk, where we're flipping up here and the wings are doing certain things, and the rear engines are coming down to make the feet, and the back tails are folding up so that folds up and in, and the parts where the arms come out and come around with the gun from underneath in the center. And this is showing the little control arm here, and it says, and let me see if I can get this down there a little bit. You can kind of maybe see that. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but there's a little control thing. It says R, G, and F. So I guess when you put it into there, that's fighter. G is for gear walk, and R is for the robot. But yep, that's part of that. So back that up just a hair again here, and that. So I apologize if you can't see the whole magazine. And not really into telling all the magazine stuff, but looks like we're talking again about the spy planes again, the ME-262, the F-80, the MiG-15, the F-8, and the F-106 is on that page. Looks like between the 1950s to the 1960s is what they used on that one. And then here was 1961, 71 to 80, which is, we got the F-104, the F-111, and the F-4, and the F-14, and then there's the F-35 and F-16. And this was a MiG-21 right here. So that's what they're talking about with that. So then we go back in here in the movie again, about this is when they got captured by the Zentradi, and that we had Min-May and her cousin, and they were all trapped, and they took her and her brother, I think, to take him, and he kind of kissed her or whatever. And this is when they found out, when Lisa Hayes had Rick Hunter kiss him, and then she smacked him and stuff, and they were all just kind of lost about it when they captured him. And this is Mara. She found him in that, and she was one of the ones that became a Micronian, and that she got micronized later on in the show. But looks like we're going to be getting part of the wing tip here. I know that's hard to see that white on white there, but looks like we're getting an indicator lights or whatever. But I may bundle these two up together. I don't know, depending on how much it is and how long it takes me to make something. But that doesn't look like that's going to take very long, so I may do some couple issues together. But we will see. So anyways, let's get on with the parts. Okay, here is volume 13 parts here. Looks like we're gonna step away from the centerpiece and that and start working on some outer pieces. I think this is a side for one of the wings, and oh, these ball bearings are bigger than the ones that we had before. Yeah, so we've got to build ourselves our little lazy Susan for this thing to kind of rotate on. So we're going to cut this open here again. Get this open again. Bring our thing back with our tiny two little ball bearings that we had in there. And these ones here are substantially a little bigger. Still potential though to lose them, and that hopefully not. Hopefully it goes well as the last time. So first thing I want us to do is I want us to take this piece here that we've got, and I want us to put this piece on here, retainer ring, and then they're asking us to put, let's see here, not that one. They're asking us to put this piece here, the one that's got the little bit of uplay ring on it, versus the one that's over here that's got, it's just completely flat. And they want us to put that right there on there. So then what they want us to do is they want us to add these ball bearings into those holes there. But like I said, I'm gonna put a little bit of, I'll get me some oil here, and I'm going to do the same thing as I did with these, and that regardless if they're in plastic or not. And I'll put some in there to take and help kind of lubricate that around. Probably was enough right there, just in that little bitty thing there. There we go. That should be enough. That should be enough right there. And then we're going to just start taking these ball bearings if we can, and gently dropping them into those holes, just like that. Whoop. And I'm gently picking those up. I'm not picking them up too hard. I'm just kind of lightly gripping them, kind of like one of those machines that you, claw machines, just pick it up and drop it in there. So we got that far, and what we'll do is we'll open this package up here of screws here, because we need to, we're going to need at least one of these when we get done here. So what they want us to do, come on, what they want us to do is, let me look here, which direction they want us to put that up there. Okay. So they want us to take this piece here, so this is up this way, and gently put that on that side. And then what they're asking us to do is take this ring here, and this is going to be very interesting. They want us to put this ring on top of there like that, and I'm going to just kind of set that like so. Hopefully, I'm very careful and dip some more oil in at least a couple of these little things here, down in there, like so, and then start picking up some of these again. Now being careful not to disturb what I'm putting it in, otherwise we're going to have a big mess, and I'm sure I'm going to have to do this a second time just to take in. So just remember how I did this. Like that. There we go. And then we're going to take this cover here and we're going to put it right over the top of that, like so. And then we're going to take one of these, and even though it's not now we're going to put a little bit of oil on that just to help us guide that through. We're going to just hold that while we drive this down in there, kind of tighten that up there, and there we go. Got that right there. So she'll go right on there, just like that. So that is where we are at, and it didn't take too long to do. So, and we got 2 ball bearings still left, but we will keep those just in case. And that is all there is to do in pack 12. Or 13, I should say. Yes, 13. Excuse me, 13. This is 13. I'm losing my mind here. Pack 13. So we'll take in. We'll probably bundle this one with pack 14 because it didn't take us too long to do that. And I think pack 14 is just doing a little bit on a wing, and that'll be it. Alright, we're working again today on the issue 14, and I'm probably going to bundle this one with issue 13 because there wasn't much to do in 13, and there wasn't much to do in 14 either. So I think, from what I'm looking at, I don't think it's going to take us a few seconds since we're working on the wing, and we've just got the indicator lights, and all they're asking us to do is put this little red light in here and this little green light in here, and that's it. And I don't think we're even supposed to even glue those in. I'm pretty positive they're telling us not to glue them in because according to those lines it says do not glue. And if it's a solid line right there, it says to glue it in. Now you can't really see that, but basically the margin here they tell you glue, don't glue, and make sure you look at it real quick. And so yeah, so we're doing that, but see those little pieces there just got a little dash line, so they're not getting glued in, so they're just gonna fall out, so until I get them 15. But anyways, we're back here with the VF-1 Valkyrie with all of its armaments and everything and the spacing, and it looks like they're showing us how it's transforming from the gear walk to the robot mode, or I should say the big guy, but closes up like that, and the legs all do certain things, and the head flips around, and the body splits in half, and the head comes up, turns around, and the wings fold up, and he turns up looking like that. Fortunately, this model doesn't do that. So this is talking about some of the F-14s and some of the different spots on the F-14s. Or what they're insisting of, basically, and some of the armaments that they got that they can carry in there. And then again, we are talking about another character. This is Max here, Maximilian. I don't know if it had a last name, but anyways, he would go by Max. Him and Miria, who got micronized, because this is the ones that he ran for his things, and that he turns, her and him basically go into doing stuff, and he's part of the Skull Squadron, and he ends up his own thing, I think. And then he turns around, and him and Miria, they get together, and they have a baby. Hopefully. Well, this is in the movies and that, but in the TV series that they made, they ended up making Dana Sterling, Max Sterling is what his last name was. Dana Sterling becomes his daughter in that, in the Macross saga and stuff. So that is that. Looks like we're going to be working on some electrics and some fiber optics maybe into the wing and stuff, and we'll be getting that together. So guess we'll get to the parts. Okay, here is pack 14. This was pack 13 here. This little piece here was pack 13. So I think I might be bundling this one up with that one because I don't think there's much to do in this pack. And get it out of here. Come on. Alright, so pull this out here. Oh boy, got a wing. Throw that down in there. I do think that they do wrap these up quite a bit more than that, but oh wow, look at that. Check that out. Pylon attachment mechanism. Pylon attachment mechanism. That's probably where the things for the pylon things to go. And we got all these little spots where we got all these things in here. And we're not using these yet. These are where this goes here and these parts here for these lights. So those don't get used. Get this out of the way here. And really, all we're going to be doing, and it's very simple, what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be kind of laying these pieces into place here on there. So this piece here, the green piece here it's got these two tabs here, got a couple little notches here, and that is going to just go right there for right now, set in there. And then we're going to take this one here and we're going to get our clippers, which I just had here a minute ago, and she ran off with me again. Here we are. Boy, if they weren't right next to me, they'd have bit me. So we're going to cut this off right there. Oops. Don't run away. Don't you run away. Take that over there. And this is going to sit right here inside there. There's a little hole right there, so I'm sure there's a fiber optic. What's going to happen is going to go right there, but basically this is all we're going to do. We're going to have this with these pieces on here, and that's what they want you to do that, and then they want you to leave this and that, and that's it. So yeah, we're going to do pack 13 and 14 together because I don't think that's going to cost much. I think in the next pack we're going to start putting some of the fiber optics. I think that's what's running is fiber optics to this, and that from a light fixtures here or whatever they got. So we'll talk to you later in the next issue. Bye for now. Hey, if you made it to the end of this video, congratulations. Just remember, like and subscribe for all my greatest ups in it. There you go. Catch you on the flip side. Pew.